Go ahead. Talk about.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, topic is very good, yes. Everybody knows what is a PPE. Now,
No. There is some they don't know.
some they don't know. Okay,
This is good chance.
this is our chance to
Ask the
deliver the message to you guys. Okay, so in sports, and I think all of you are aware what is sports. What is the famous sports in the kingdom?
Football.
Football. In sports, there are athletes, right? There are players. So now, for me personally, we have two different players. There is what we call underrated, and there is an overrated players or athlete. So, who are those? Who are? Okay.
I think this is not good stuff.
Okay, now, if you are an overrated player, what does it mean? Do you think there is a value for the player? Yes, there is. If you are underrated, if you are an underrated player, so your value as a player is not being seen. Okay, you are not exposed. This real value as an athlete is not exposed. So, just to make the story short, our least underrated control measures, this one. Okay. So we didn't see the real value of the PPE not until there will be accidents and incidents. Okay? If we ourselves face issues or incur injuries. So moving forward, next please. So we will discuss that. We will not going to tackle each and every bullet point. We will just capture the very important information that you will be. So let's try to start with a pre-assessment. So there is a question. Question number one. What do you mean by PPE? What is PPE? We're talking about definition, huh?
Personal protective.
Everybody knows personal protective equipment, right? PPE stands for personal protective equipment. Where is it?
First question.
In C. Okay. So where mandatory PPE is required, when it will be required? Let's say in our site, when it will be required to use
For
PPE.
every job.
C. Every job. Do you think everybody agrees?
Yes.
Every job. Yes, it's correct. So, how the hazard assessment of PPE is conducted? Is it a walkthrough survey to identify hazard sources? Is it review the previous risk assessment? Are we going to review HIRA? Now I remember HIRA from yesterday's audit. So, C, assessing the hazard and prescribing the required PPE, or all of the above. All of the above. Remember, guys. Now later on, we will going to identify who will be responsible in doing inspection. Okay. So it will be all of the above. Now, last one. Is PPE considered as the first resort in controlling the hazard?
Yes.
First resort, guys, I already mentioned. I am talking about athlete. There are two different athletes. Overrated, underrated athlete. This one, the PPE is the what? Again, we have to explain. The hierarchy of controls. Again, over and over again, we are explaining what are the hierarchy of controls. First with, what is the first, the most, not appropriate, but the most effective control? Let's start with, let's eliminate. This is the first effective control. Let's eliminate. Eliminate the hazard. Okay? Second one, second control. This is just
Administrative. Engineering.
Refresher.
Administrative. Engineering.
Eliminate, substitute.
Substitute. Administrative.
And you'll ask my Brian because that day. he
Yes,
answered.
please.
Yeah, he asked,
Yes,
okay,
please.
okay.
We have the first effective, most effective, eliminate, followed by substitute, engineering,
Administrative.
administrative, and so what is the answer?
No.
So no. So this is the last. Okay, next please. Okay. PPE's priority. PPE is considered as the last resort. Workplace hazard assessment is the responsibility of engineers, supervisor, and ensure that all. For your information, this presentation is updated. This is based on the recent update of our procedure. So, workplace hazard assessment, mandatory PPEs. What are those mandatory PPEs? Helmets, footwear or safety shoes, and eye protection goggles are the mandatory PPEs. Next slide, please. Contractors PPE. Who will be responsible in providing PPEs for contractors? Who will issue? Once they will reach here, once we will going to award the PO or they will going to start the service, they have to bring their own PPE.
Their own PPE.
Okay? In accordance with our standards.
Our standards, no max standards.
Visitors PPE will provide a PPE to the visitor as they have to return it back. Yeah, it is being returned back. Okay. Safety over glasses or power glasses. It is to be worn by all employees who are wearing prescribed glasses. Who amongst you wearing prescribed glasses? Many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you receive the prescribed glass?
Yes.
You received that? And maybe most of you still waiting for the. Who sent this request? You requesting before? The other, I'm talking about the others.
Yeah, we have listed all of them.
Yeah, we have listed and then we raised the PR. We distributed, I think there are around how many? It was distributed before? Around 8?
Around 8 or 9.
8 power glasses. Helmet. Okay, we have to follow the proper color coding with the helmet, starting from the blue one, who will wear the blue one. Blue one will be worn by visitors. White one will be worn by us. Red by safety or firefighters. Then yellow is for contractors. Full protection. Full protection shall be worn where there is a risk of falling from a height of 2 meters or more. Means, if you are working at height, what is the criteria for working at height? What is the height, maximum height? Level.
Above 1.5.
4 meters.
No, 1.5.
4 feet. Who answered 4 feet?
4 feet or
4 feet.
or 1.5. Yes.
Okay.
1.8 meters.
No, I'm not referring to the harness, I'm referring to the procedure for work at height. When it will be considered that it will become work at height.
Journal is 1.5, but NOMOC procedure 1.8 and NOMOC is 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah.
Who said 1.4? 1.4.
Oh,
Who will said 1.2?
1.5.
Okay, now that you know, you will obtain the work at height supplementary PTW if your activity, let's say in the scaffolding, you will reach 1.2 meters or 4 feet.
4 feet.
Okay, so this is the revised procedure. Now, what about wearing harness? Is it always necessary to wear a full body harness if you are working in scaffolding?
Yes. No max procedure.
It is required. Is there any specific or
No max policy. We have to wear all the time.
all the time,
There's no exception.
regardless of the height?
No. Once you are work at height permit, working people in 1.5 above has to wear.
Where is it? Yeah,
Previous slide.
previous slide.
Okay. 2 meters.
2 meters. Okay.
2 meters.
In the international standard, it is 1.8 meters. Are we deviating the standard? 2 meters? No. So we have to wear full body harness if we will be working in more than high altitude. Next, please.
And 8 number. Annual medical checkup.
Oh, we skip. Annual medical checkup. This is annual.
Yeah, this was perfect.
So, for your information, we have to be transparent. Now, shall we go to say within the real
Yeah, we have up to 8:15.
8:15? So we have around 18 minutes left. So annual medical checkup, this is annual. Now, is it paid, Ibrahim? Is it paid? Now there is a payment issue. So
Actually, the payment issue is for 5 months when we place the BO to them, and it will be cleared within this week. And
as guaranteed by.
yes, inshallah, by support of our management, and we will start dispatching our team after Hajj, inshallah. The first week after Hajj, we will start dispatching our team to the work center to do medical checkups, and it is for all employees.
Yes. For all employees who are exposed in this, so everybody exposed in this.
Earlier we were selecting some people. Now it is for all. So we will try to cover most of the things, if not all.
Yes. Oh, perfect. Now, number 10, gloves, selection of gloves, selection based on the material safety data sheets. For if you are for those handling chemicals, you have to wear chemical gloves and chemical suit. Okay. Respiratory protection shall be worn in confined spaces which may be deficient of oxygen level or less, or in any case, hazardous material disposal. So we have to wear respiratory protection, especially one person working in what's the name of the guy in ash upper. So he must should wear this face respiratory protection. PPE non-compliance. Okay, now this is also very interesting. Number 12, PPE non-compliance. If any employee, either NOMAC or contractor, found violating PPE, he will be stopped from carrying his task, which we are doing. Out of activity and action is taken as per the consequence matrix. Next, please. We will not go into. So, responsibility of PGM. He will provide the resource to procure suitable PPE to employees to take disciplinary action in case there is an compliance. Next. Engineers. How many bullet points? There are 6.
Yeah, we can read it fast.
Okay. To conduct workplace, engineers, responsibility. He will go in, or they will go in to conduct hazard assessment to ensure that all personnel are trained in the use of the PPE. So they will go in to undergo or perform hazard assessment and inspection on twice a year. Okay, engineers and supervisors. Ensure contractors are not allowed to work inside NOMAC site without any suitable PPE requirement. So this is obvious. To ensure and checking and inspection of PPE twice a year using and discuss findings with us. So if you have findings, engineer supervisors, if you have findings, share with us. Ali, Ibrahim, Gerald, this is our findings. These are findings. We have to work on it to correct the situation. So, enforce the use of approved PPE. Conduct training of employees. This is what we're doing now. We are conducting training for your information and as well as an action. Conduct training for use of the care of personal protective equipment. Taking care of our PPE. It's unavoidable. Sometimes your helmet will be having grease, or those maintenance team engaged in the activity where the area is having oil, so you have to clean it. Now, in your safety glass, we have been noticing that safety glass are not worn properly or not taken care properly. They are putting the safety or the safety glass inside the helmet. So if you're going to put the safety glass inside your helmet, the tendency will be it will scratch the lens of your safety glass. So you have to wear it all the time. And please, we do advise, try to do this practice. Try to practice wearing a safety glass. If you are wearing your safety glass, putting it here, no, it will not going to help you. You are putting here, pocket, here. So this is not a good practice. Try to start practicing by wearing it. There are places where sometimes you will face difficulty, especially in RO. Yeah, we do agree. In RO area, always your safety glass will always becomes foggy, or there will be fog. Okay, we can manage it, but it's not really acceptable that you will going to remove it all throughout your activity. So try to wear this one all the time. Try it, and trust me, it will be very much more effective. Then you will make it as a practice. Even in your office, you will wear safety glass. Huh? So it will become a habit. This will be a useful habit. Conduct training, staff employees. Okay, this is very important. Why we allow others to work without any complete PPE? If we know that people are not wearing earplugs inside our meeting, why we're not going to stop them? So we have to correct. Okay? Advise and assisting engineers. This is ECC's responsibility. Ensuring PPE requirement to be included as part of the safety induction for employees. What are the importance?
I think the role of HSC is not for all.
It is not for all.
Many people are trying to bypass you. Now for the employee.
Now for us, all of us, properly wearing PPE as trained and prescribed. Okay? I think it is clear. Attending required PPE training. Yes, we are now attending. You are attending in this training. Proper caring for cleaning, maintaining, and inspecting PPE. Okay? These days you may consider that we are having abundance of PPE, safety glass. Okay, I will go to safety. I lost my safety glass. Okay, I lost my helmet. So we have to take good care of it. Like I said, it's only a matter of implementing that good habit. So wearing PPE while visiting plant areas and set an example for others. We have to set an example for others. How we do that? How we have to set an example for others? There are many of us, especially in the front row, they are our leaders, engineers, managers, supervisors, us and HCC. We have to set an example for others, for our team. By doing that, yes, please, Renova.
See, your question, your point is right, but I noticed so many people and leaders is a role model. What you said for the subordinates. So nobody is maintaining, leaders is following the safety. Then how the technicians and others can follow this one? Most of the time, and I noticed and I informed to everyone. The leaders are not maintaining safety. How the team will maintain?
How they will follow? You are right. How they will follow? If we will say
it is good point. Yeah, it is a culture. Right. If we are emphasizing on this culture, because I am a technician or I am under my supervisor, I cannot punish him.
Yes.
But I can
Follow.
Yeah, talk to him and tell him this is not right way. You are a leader. People are trying to follow you. So if you are not following, I cannot force even my technician to do it. So it has to be reported.
I reported out so many.
it has to be reported. Yes, it has to be reported.
But the leader who is entering in that one, he feels that I am to maintain my team. I should be as a role
Yes,
model
yes.
to follow my rules,
Lead
and
by
I can
example.
apply to others.
Lead by example.
lead by example, but
This
it is not
the
happening.
rule of thumb. You have to lead by example.
Now this culture is deteriorating now. Nobody is operating. These
They-
leaders I see, so many
deteriorating,
leaders, yes, so many leaders not
Now
following.
we have
Hopefully
to-
this sandstorm will remove each bad habits.
This bad habit. So we have to start. Okay.
Time to time, we have to remind ourselves. That's why we are
Yes.
conducting this time. Maybe how many times we are presenting this.
Oh,
It is to remind ourselves because year by year, emergency after emergency, we are getting some, trying to skip
Yes, sir.
most of the control measures.
okay. Yes. So we have to start from ourselves. Really, we cannot correct, but only ourselves. Supply chain to ensure regular and on-time supply of PPE. Training engineer, we don't have training engineers, contractors.